Coming soon to a home theater near you. A world of discovery. Blu-ray Evolution. The adventure continues.
Only available at selected 3D homes with active shutter technology displays and synchronized specs. No guarantee of improved picture quality on LCDs under 42 inches. Glasses and huge bank balance not included.
Is Blu-ray about to meet its match? This week on Click, we'll look at the latest ways Sony and others are trying to keep the format alive. Plus, fanning the flames of Firefox. The head of Mozilla tells us what's next for the company that's taken a bigger chunk out of Microsoft's empire than almost any other. And in Webscape, we've got another selection of what's cool and what's hot, you know what I mean, online right now. Welcome to Click. I'm Spencer Kelly. OK, so you've got your brand new, huge, high-definition TV and your surround sound system, and you fancy having a night in with James Bond and Jennifer Aniston. Well, who wouldn't? How do you enjoy your favourite movie? Well, to get the full HD experience, you'll need Blu-ray. Or at least, that's what we've been told. But actually, sales of Blu-ray players and discs has been pretty low compared to that of DVD in its heyday. So what does the future hold? Here's Ian Hardy with a look at some of the latest Blu-ray technology and some of the alternatives threatening to steal the show.
Right from the start, Blu-ray faced an uphill battle. It started life as one half of a format war with HD DVD and eventually won, but by then consumers were confused. People also put off upgrading their entire movie collections because of cost and their satisfaction with ordinary DVD picture quality. But last year, Blu-ray disc sales did pick up, perhaps because manufacturers started slashing the price of players.
Today, we're seeing Blu-ray players start to drop below the $100 price point on some special sales and stuff. And so that's opening up more sales into consumer for the players.
Yet the future of Blu-ray in its different forms is by no means certain. Makers of Blu-ray burning software say the recordable format is a small market compared to DVD recordable. And as Blu-ray manufacturers keep updating their software and hardware to accommodate features like BD Live and higher capacity discs, it's questionable if the public will completely embrace a technology that is perceived as still evolving.
Well, what the Blu-ray Disc Association has been working on is a new standard for Blu-ray called Blu-ray 3D. And it's the ability to take all those movies that you're now seeing in the theaters that are in 3D, like Avatar, Toy Story 1 and 2, and Ice Age, and making a format for Blu-ray which is 3D compatible for the home.
That, of course, also means you'll have to buy your movie library all over again in Blu-ray 3D. And then there's the larger debate about the future of all physical media. Video disc sales as a whole slumped 13% from 2008 to 2009. More and more people than ever before now download their TV shows and movies. The irony is that manufacturers, in order to convince consumers to buy Blu-ray players, have had to start bundling built-in streaming movie services like Netflix and Vudu. That sounds a bit like cannibalization. But executives say that adding a pipeline for films is more complementary than predatory, since the quality of the video from an HD disc is better and more convenient than almost anything streamed right now.
There is no way of getting around the best possible experience you can get for watching the best out of your TV comes from a Blu-ray player. No questions, period, no waiting, no nothing. You have it, you have interactive. You don't have all those things in a streaming player. You have buffering issues, you have bandwidth issues.
Indeed, it could be argued that cheap Blu-ray players with network connectivity and a long list of streaming partners for both video and audio are becoming the latest form of central media player in the living room, displacing set-top boxes that could be considered redundant. Hollywood is watching all this intently as home entertainment revenues drop. The digital entertainment content ecosystem, or DECE, made up of many interests, has a buy once, play anywhere strategy. Soon, if you purchase a file or a Blu-ray version of a movie, you should be able to stream the same movie in different locations, even abroad, at no extra cost.
We want to enable the consumer, no matter where they are, to access their library without having to carry physical media around with them. So in theory, yes, if I'm traveling and I'm at a hotel in the UK, through the hotel pay-per-view service, if the hotel service is a DECE member, I'll be able to access my entire library through the hotel interface and stream movies right to my hotel room.
Sonic Solutions, which owns Cinema Now, one of the biggest distributors of digital content, is aiming for a truly universal solution.
What you haven't seen is a model that says that all these devices directly tie into a cloud in what looks like Gmail for video, right? So what we're suggesting is that you should be able to log into your account with your name and password on any CE device, TV, Blu-ray player, PC, phone, netbook, and your movies are always there in the state that you left them, and you can begin watching and finishing programs and buying and renting.
It's a huge undertaking because every movie has to be encoded for scores of different screens and sizes. Sonic Solutions predicts its streaming service will reach 30 million devices within the next year, but it can't happen without Hollywood's complete cooperation, which has increased dramatically in recent years. After the rapid decline of CD and DVD sales, the studios arguably have no choice.
Our very own ray of light, Ian Hardy. We'd be interested in your thoughts on Blu-ray versus movie downloads. Do you think there's still a place for physical movies on physical discs, or is it downloads all the way? Email us, we are click@bbc.co.uk, or tweet us, we are @bbcclick. Now, the latest tech news.
Facebook's under fire again from critics who say the social networking giant isn't acting responsibly in the way it manages the accounts of its 400 million users. This week it had to fix a security hole which briefly exposed users' private conversations to other users. By manipulating the Preview My Profile feature, people were able to view their friends' private chat messages and pending friend requests. Oops. Google has thrown its hat into the mix of online e-bookstores. Unlike Amazon's or Apple's offering, Google Editions will allow ebooks to be read on any web-enabled device, like a PC or mobile, although they won't be downloadable. Content-wise, Google's already ahead of the competition, having scanned over 12 million books, both in and out of print. There's no word on pricing yet. Digital media, social networking and the web swelled by 62% last year to unprecedented levels. Tech consultants IDC reckon our digital output sits at around 800,000 million gigabytes. That's 800,000 petabytes or 0.8 zettabytes. Yes, there's even a unit of measurement that's had to be dusted off to keep tabs on it all. Forget motion sensors, how about emotion sensors? Sony's teamed up with Swiss outfit Atraxis to develop a multi-touch table a la the Microsoft Surface table. The Attract table, though, has cameras which analyse your facial expressions and apparently figures out if you're happy, angry or surprised. I wonder if it detects scepticism as well.
We all know the web is full of great stuff. Informative stuff, educational stuff, entertaining stuff, sometimes pointless stuff that is brilliant nonetheless. So when we received this, we just had to share it with you. If there's anything that you've seen that you think we should see, and more importantly we should share with the rest of the world, send it our way, won't you? How do you surf the net? Now, I'm not talking about whether you use a laptop or a mobile mouse or a keyboard, or whether you do it on the desk or in bed. I'm talking about the browser that you use as your window on the web. Now, as we've talked about recently, you have several to choose from, but over the past 5 years, one in particular has hit the headlines. Richard Taylor reports.
Firefox has come from humble beginnings to become a real challenger to Internet Explorer, the Microsoft browser pre-installed on every Windows machine. New figures out this week show that 1 in 4 of us now use it, having grown to love it for its tweakability and speed. It hails from Mozilla, a non-profit foundation which employs a crack team of developers to constantly improve it. At the helm, Mitchell Baker, lawyer, part-time trapeze artist, and according to Time magazine, also one of the world's most influential women. She agreed to take time out to tell us all about her cunning plan to outfox the competition.
You know, when Mozilla started, everyone knew what we wanted to do was impossible. That in those days, the browser had disappeared as a product. It had been sort of combined with the operating system, and I think many people then, as now, think of the Blue-E as the internet. But in fact, the Blue-E is a very strong filter on the internet. It's one way to access the internet, and it's one perspective, it's Microsoft's perspective for how you should see the internet. The only way we could compete with the giants like Microsoft is to have these many, many thousands of people be empowered to help build Firefox. When you have people working on something because they love it and they feel it's partly theirs, and again, building this internet, it's a lot of time and energy. And so for people to do that, and the number of people to do that, they have to believe that the overall project is going in the direction that they want to see it go in.
And that direction has mainly been customizability. These plugins, or add-ons, bolt onto the browser and let surfers do everything from one-touch web shortcuts like Site Launcher to colouring your tabs with a plugin called Colourful Tabs. But Firefox has, to a degree, become a casualty of its own success. Its open-source nature, which makes it so tweakable by the wider community, has proved to be a double-edged sword, with the much-touted add-ons slowing down and in some cases crashing the browser. It's a problem that the latest version, 3.6, has sought to address.
We weren't so happy with some of those aspects of 3.5, which is partly why 3.6 came out so soon, is that as we crossed that threshold, we learned a lot of new things. We learned, for example, that our plugins cause an immense amount of crashes, and we had to do something really aggressive. Going and looking at the add-ons and the ones you're not using anymore, getting rid of, just like plugins you're not using, you should update or get rid of them. Because we've had such an ecosystem, it's much more apparent in our setting. How do we take the successes of extensions and still continue to have the really excellent experience?
And getting people to taste that experience is key. Firefox got a boost with the recent browser ballot in Europe. Internet Explorer users were actively offered alternatives, but it still means that people have to want to download something different and play with it, often a barrier in itself.
People are smarter than we're often given credit for. So I think possible for people to understand what a browser is and that it makes some difference. But I think for many people, learning about technology is not high on the list. They just want it to work.
Firefox is supported financially from a relationship with Google. Every time someone searches inside the browser, Mozilla get a cut of ad revenue. But now Google's proving to be a challenger too, with its own browser Chrome claiming to be even faster and more lightweight, even though it too now offers some customization. Can you say categorically Firefox is faster than Chrome?
No, I wouldn't say that. Now, we can find benchmarks on which it's true, but I actually don't want to argue particularly on that point, because certainly I think if you have a brand new installation of Chrome and it's got, I mean, that's what they focused on speed. So there's a bunch of places where we can pick at it and say, oh, not quite so true, but like 3.6 is faster than 3.5. The stuff we're working on now is faster than 3.6.
The browser is still evolving. Firefox is moving to mobiles in a move that many see as being long overdue. Most of its competitors have already made the leap. Nokia's N900 supports the mobile version, with other handsets to follow this year. But there's even more change on the horizon.
When I pick up my N900 and I open up Firefox, I have the same set of information right there without having to do much. So we have a very experimental project, which has a code name, Weave and NAPI. But what it aims to do is provide that same, take your tabs, take your awesome bar, the little database about you that your browser maintains, and make it available across multiple devices and multiple websites as possible. So what I hope the browser becomes is that it continues to remain the piece that I touch, that I control, so that as web applications and the big organizations that build and control them get ever stronger, they can reach out to me more powerfully, but that I have some tools to reach back.
Mitchell Baker, chairperson of the Mozilla Foundation and the woman behind Firefox. Now, of course, whether you browse the web using Firefox, Opera, Safari, Chrome, Netscape or Internet Explorer, you will need something to surf. Well, to kick off this week's Webscape, Kate Russell has found a rather special site.
You know what it's like. You step away from your desk for a few hours, and when you come back, someone has snaffled your last chocolate digestive. These days, webcams can be a really inexpensive and great solution to monitoring a room for any suspicious activity. But let's face it, who has time to spool through hours and hours of mundane footage hoping to catch an intruder? Not to mention the massive amount of memory you'd need for storage. With vitamin D video monitoring your space, all these issues melt away.
It uses a technology called hierarchical temporal memory architecture. It all sounds very Star Trek, I know, but in a nutshell, the software recognises and tracks any unexpected activity, recording the clips in a highlights reel for you to skim through later.
You can set it up to work with IP cameras or webcams, and the software triggers a recording as soon as a door opens or someone enters or moves in the room. It's really quick and easy to set up, and you can even instruct it to send an email alert when activity is detected. The single camera starter edition is free to download and use, with a couple of premium versions for multiple cameras. Make sure you behave, because now your big brother really could be watching you. Everyone loves a good meal, and it seems that iPhone users love celebrity chef Nigella Lawson, as her new Quick collection became the top-selling lifestyle app the day after it was launched. With 70 scintillating step-by-step recipes and an impressive 40 minutes of video tips, all presented in the sumptuously flirty style you'd expect from this kitchen diva, this app doesn't disappoint, even with the robust price tag.
What I love about Nigella is it's all about maximum effect for minimum effort, and you can't help but be drawn in by her slinkily seductive, enthusiastic presentation style. Here's what she had to say when we caught up with her at the launch.
For me, it's the idea of being able to have a condensation of 7 books with some extra recipes. So all the, lots of fast recipes from many books. So you couldn't carry those books around with you. And it's really the idea of being inspired or helped in choosing what to cook and then shopping for it.
Measurements can be in US or UK standards, and retailers' links can be set to a few different countries. You can even connect the app to Facebook. What better way of persuading your dinner guests to turn up on time? And to avoid getting sticky finger marks all over your iPhone, just turn on the voice activation when completing a recipe, and you can tell the app to page forwards and backwards as you work through the steps.
Lots of people don't understand the fascination with Twitter. The layout is messy and confusing to them, and if you've got a busy stream, it can be really difficult to find your way to the worthwhile content. Wouldn't you rather just read a newspaper?
Well, take a look at paper.li. The fact is, news and stories break a lot faster online, and this website organises a hashtag term or the posts and links from a Twitter user's account plus everyone that they follow into a format the tech-shy masses should find a lot more palatable. Updated every 24 hours, it's like reading a newspaper online, complete with all the media-rich bells and whistles you'd expect from the internet. Good news for Android users this week, as cloud storage solution Dropbox is released for their handsets as well as the iPad. We got quite a few inquiries about this when we showed it to you back in February, so no doubt there will be some happy faces on hearing this news. They also announced that they're pushing ahead with a version for the BlackBerry. Splendid. Social media can be a powerful marketing tool, getting everyone talking about you or your brand. But how do you know if what they're saying is good? Socialmention.com searches for content across the universe. Well, those parts of it connected to the internet anyway. The results are organised with some useful statistics about things like strength, passion, reach and sentiment. You can set up an email alert or download a widget for your website or blog. If you're thinking about buying something big, like a car, why not run the brand through this website to check what people are saying? It could help you make your decision. And if you want to know how you're going down in the Twitter sphere, twitterradar.com performs a similar task, only limited to the world of tweets. Sometimes trending topics can be confusing. This tool can deliver a nice little snapshot of a popular term so you can see how it's really making people feel.
Kate Russell. And if there's a website that you think we should be talking about right now, tell Kate about it. Email click@bbc.co.uk, or you can get hold of us on Twitter @BBCClick. Everything from this week's programme is up at our site, including a video stream of the programme. bbc.co.uk/click is the address you need. That's it for now though. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.